To which they responded, "Are they stinky?" When I started reselling, nobody warned me about foot fetish men on the internet. Hey YouTube, welcome to my corner of the internet. My name is Anita, also known as the Retired Millennial over on Instagram and here on YouTube. I'm happy you're here today. Today's going to be a little different. If you are a reseller or just want some entertaining stories that happen to resellers or anyone selling shoes online, this is definitely an episode for you. I want to make this video to bring to your attention a few red flags to detect these types of people. This is definitely a thing. When I've shared my experience with these types of people on Instagram, I've gotten so many women responding to me that that has happened to them as well. And usually what triggers these types of men are when you post a picture of shoes that you're trying to sell. There will be men who will try to get pictures of your feet and some variation that is kind of just out of the ordinary. If you've never heard of these types of people before, you would probably be very confused at what was going on. I definitely was. I had no idea that this was a thing. I didn't know people bought stinky socks or stinky shoes, or actively sought after this type of product online, but it indeed is real. So what I want to do is take some time to give you 3 things to look out for to kind of help you prevent yourself from a potentially awkward situation. So hopefully after watching this, you will also know what kinds of people to avoid. So the first message I got was when I posted a listing of, I think there were some women's Crocs sandals, and somebody messaged me and asked if they were available, and I said, yes, I can have them shipped out tomorrow. To which they responded, "Are they stinky?" I'll tell you what happens next if you like this button and hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. I definitely want to share more of my reselling experiences with you. And I said, no, all of the listings have been cleaned because I actually took the extra step to clean these shoes. And they responded and said, "Oh, I buy stinky, well-worn shoes and pay a decent price for them." And then they asked if I would sell them stinky socks. So I just responded to them and said, "Sorry, I am not the seller that you're looking for," and then kindly ended the conversation. So that, kind of startled me a little bit. I was only somewhat aware of this type of market because of a really popular TikToker who, actively engages in this type of work, which I think it has a name, where women will sell pretty much whatever the buyer wants from them, whether it's their hair from a hairbrush or worn socks or things of that sort. That's definitely the vibe I got from this person. He was very explicit in asking for that type of product, and of course I don't actually sell that, so no thank you, that's not what this is. And then the other message I got was somebody. This one was a little sneaky. This one, they were local too. And they said, "Hey, I want to buy these for my girlfriend, but she wants to see them on first." And at first I thought maybe they wanted to come to my place to try them on. And I told them, well, I'm doing contactless, exchanges locally. And they said, oh no, you can just take a picture of them on. And they were too big, right? I'm a reseller, so everything that I buy doesn't necessarily fit me, especially shoes. So I usually buy like what would fit the average female because, statistics and numbers. So then they ended up saying that they wanted me to try them on. I said, they're too big. And they said, oh, it's okay, like if they're too big. And I kind of like disregarded that, and I thought, oh, I have like a better solution, going over the top for my customers. I said, I'll go look for it online for you. And I did find the actual the proper stock photo of the model modeling those same style shoes, but in a different color. So I sent those links over to this person so he can share it with his girlfriend. And they said, oh, sorry, online photos aren't gonna do it. They have to be the pair that you own. I said, I'm not gonna model them for you. And they basically said, okay, well, we're not gonna get them unless you take a picture of them. And at that point I thought it was very strange. I mentioned it to my boyfriend and he let me know what was going on. He said this person has a foot fetish. So, I was completely naive. I didn't know what was going on the whole time. And by the way, recently I lowered the price on them because they actually weren't selling. And I guess that triggered a notification back to them. And they messaged me back and said, by the way, we're still interested. And I think I just ignored them. I shared this other most recent story online, and it was basically very similar to the last experience I had, where somebody was buying it for their girlfriend and needed to see them try it on. They needed to see a picture of them worn. So this time I actually knew where this conversation was going. I asked actually my Instagram following what I should respond. And I got a lot of very interesting suggestions. A lot of people suggested that I find pictures of ugly feet online. In fact, somebody even sent me a picture that they found to be an ugly foot and said that I should send that one. Some people said I should send a picture of my dog's paw. Some people said I should send pictures of my boyfriend's feet wearing them, and some people also said that I should ask for a premium for them and that it was a good opportunity to upsell. What I did instead was, just because I knew where this was going and I'm not the type of person who will take money for this type of thing or even give this stuff away for free, none of it's gonna work for me. Nobody's getting pictures of my feet, nobody's getting Stinky socks shipped to them. Sorry. So what I just said was no modeled photos available, sorry. So I just quickly wanted to recap the kind of things that you can look out for when reselling shoes. One of them is, are they stinky? You might be thinking, oh, I wonder if they're concerned about the smell and, want to make sure that they're clean. Well, this should be a big red flag. The other thing is if they ask if they're well worn. Oftentimes, this type of customer will actually find sellers who will kind of cater to their requests of shoes or socks or whatever being well worn. So that's another kind of red flag. And the third red flag is if they say that they're purchasing these shoes for their significant other. Somebody asked me well, how do you know if these people actually want feet pictures or if they want to actually get something for their significant other? Well, if you offer to give them an internet photo and they're not okay with that, that should probably be an indicator that they are looking for something aside from your shoes. Honestly, what I would do, just based on experience, I would just respond with
no modeled photos available.
And then if you want to be polite about it, in the like 1% chance that it actually is somebody looking for shoes for their girlfriend, you can just let them know what the brand is and let them know that they can look it up themselves online. I hope that you learned a thing or two and can avoid these situations from happening. Or I guess if you're looking for extra money, you can, look out for these people who are fishing for free feet content. If you've made it this far, I have a little bit of a bonus story for you because I forgot to include it. This one's a little strange because I didn't know this sort of like thing existed in the foot fetish world, but there are like brokers, so to speak. These people will contact women who are selling shoes online. Mine has been through Facebook Marketplace, and they will pretty much pitch this idea of making extra money by submitting your feet to their YouTube channel, and they actually pay you, X amount for however amount of minutes or angles, or I don't really know how the pricing structure is based, but yeah, that is a thing. This person just kind of cold messaged me and was like, "Do you want to make extra money? Here's a link to some of the work that we do," and just like straight up sent me like pictures of random women's feet. It was very strange, but of course I'm not into that line of business, so I said no. But if you are a reseller, keep an eye out for things like that. I say it as a cautionary tale, but maybe that's something that you're open to. I don't know, that's not my thing, but now you know. The internet is a strange place. Stay safe. See you next week.